Hey Vivienne, I think it's been a while since I last checked in on you.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Oh, well there we go. We just triggered Vivienne's companion quest, it would appear. I was starting to get concerned that maybe you had to have certain people like you to a certain extent for them to give you their quests, and maybe she didn't like me enough, because I wasn't getting hers for a while, but here we go. This late game period of the game is definitely triggering everyone's story points. What exactly is... Have I read this before? Vivienne's alchemy notes. Oh, probably just unlocked this because I found out she's an alchemist. A suitable replacement for the Prematus root must be derived as the plant went extinct during the Second Blight. Dried red moss cut from a wandering hill has shown similarly restorative effects. An emulsion of silverite and elfroot extract can counteract the fatal toxicity of red moss. The solution must be heated for exactly 75 minutes with magical flame. Mundane fires, regardless of fuel type, have been found to burn at too low of a temperature. The heart of the snowy wyvern must be added at the last possible moment. The component becomes unstable when exposed to light, even if stored in perfect darkness. It is viable for 3 days. It begins to degrade in potency in a matter of hours, and experimentation has shown that the age of regression effect decreases steadily over the time from the moment it is synthesized. By the second day, the results are almost too subtle to detect, and by the third, it is entirely useless. So did they tell us what the, So they're talking about the ingredients we need? So it's some sort of restorative effect in the potion, but I don't think the specifics are given away. Mostly the series of ingredients. So we'll have to figure out what we can learn here.
Tales of this. Age regression. Who is this potion for?
I wonder. So age regression. Are they saying that it makes people younger? Is Vivienne way older than we think she is? Is she secretly Dorian Graying over here? Like, is she taking potions to keep getting younger, or is someone else doing it and she's doing this for them? That's interesting. I didn't know that sort of element really existed in the Dragon Age universe. There's a book by the doorway here that I keep passing up and saving for later. Might as well just check in on it now. The Folly of General Not Sheraton 4. And so it was that the victory was absolute, and cheers were raised for General Not Sheraton. And so buoyed by respect and admiration, Not Sheraton stood proud and removed the mask to state her true name. For had they not accepted her, had they not thrived by her leadership, had they not become comrades despite station and masks and nonsense of protocol? And the answer was swift and bewildering, for they had not. And swiftly she was bundled away amid the calls of impostor and spy, and other terms she could not know, for she still did not know Orlais. Whoopsie. So, someone failed to grasp the subtleties and, frankly, the bullshit involved in that kind of region. It's time to check in with the war table, especially since we sent out that Hero of Ferelden message earlier. I mean, not message.
The Darkspawn have been driven back on the Storm Coast.
Let us pray they do not return.
By message, I meant mission, of course. Sorry, my head's a little foggy still medicated. Negotiate a deal for weapon plans. I was unable to reach a compromise with the Tevinter. I suppose our influence does only stretch so far. He did, however, offer his apologies and made us a gift of some rare materials. I will keep our negotiations open, but it does not look promising, Josephine. So we got a Masterwork Sentinel Shield. That could actually be a pretty big deal regardless of the events going on there. Is this the... Yep, there's the Hero of Ferelden. I'll do the other one real quick. Continuing her predecessor's work. A formally submitted report. Current progress and findings. Certain herbivores appear especially sensitive to disruptions caused by the rifts, migration, and mating habits have been impacted. Ramifications on predator behavior apparent, but warrant further study. Additional notes. In studying alterations in animal behavior, I have uncovered something the Inquisition soldiers may find useful. Human behavior is similarly unpredictable. I will continue to pursue this line of research until otherwise notified. Signed, Halisma Darrington, Inquisition researcher. So we got a corrupting rune as a result of her continued research to try to fill the shoes of the person that she replaced. Alright, here it comes. The Hero of Ferelden. This one's going to be a big deal. Sister Leliana, the Hero of Ferelden made contact. He left a letter to deliver to the Inquisitor, as well as goods from the travels that might be of use. We have included them in this missive. Yours in service, Sister Rajan. Enhanced Belt of Health. Health is good. It looks like we're going to want to check in with Leliana really soon here to figure out what's going on in there. Might as well follow up on Hard in Hightown, which is Varric's ongoing issue with his novel. Copies of Hard in Hightown and Hard in Hightown 3, the repunching, sit side by side on the table along with a note. Nightingale. Found several similarities to events in Varric's books, but all are slightly off. Dead magistrate was not in his home. Man found murdered in locked room was a comp, not a magistrate. Executors did not send warning note directly to Donnan. Obviously, object of plot is Sword of Hissarion, not a penny dreadful author. Close look at the rip-off book shows numerous grammatical and spelling errors that seemed random at first, but ciphers believe it might contain coded information. Killer and author are clearly linked. Either the murder investigation or the code might lead us to the target. Scrivener. And I think what happened before is, yeah, Cullen wanted to just follow up on the investigation, but I was like, well, they're already investigating the murders, so I don't need to add to that. Whereas Liliana has a completely different approach, but I'm sure she was probably busy last time I looked at this. So, someone got in and out of Skyhold without being seen. The cipher in the book might lead us to them.
Inquisitor.
Have fun with that, Liliana. I'll just find some stuff for other people to do real quick. So, annexing Kirkwall, as in, like, getting them on our side. That's interesting. Annexing Kirkwall. The worst of the Mage Rebellion is now past. However, the mage who started it all, who destroyed the Chantry in Kirkwall and murdered Grand Cleric Althena and dozens of innocent faithful, is still at large. The fanatic Anders must be brought to justice, though he may no longer be in the city. It is still home to many of his known associates. I thus resolved to invade Kirkwall to locate Anders, but Starkhaven's annexation of the notoriously troubled city has not proceeded as planned. The city's resistance opposes me. They forget that I do this for the good of the city and for all the free marches. As a staunch ally of the Inquisition, I entreat support for this endeavor. That Kirkwall may be brought under control before more innocents are harmed. Sebastian Vale. Oh, Jesus. So, I wonder, is Sebastian Vale, is that the same Sebastian that is your sidekick character in the DLC? That'd be interesting, because that means that we're talking about Sebastian and Anders, which would be two separate companions from the second game. Anders is a really likable character too. You really get a feeling for why he did what he did, even if you don't agree with it. So it's kind of tough to be like ordering people to hunt them. Josephine, I fear the diplomatic ramifications of having our soldiers seen as part of the conquering army. Let us tell the prince that the Inquisition has no one to spare after the destruction of Haven who would blame us. Leliana, we have a chance to end this to our advantage. Aveline will back down in the face of our overwhelming force. If we bolster Sebastian with Inquisition agents as his advisors, we can keep him from doing more damage. Cullen, the prince means to retaliate against anyone who ever harbored Anders. Kirkwall's resistance is headed by Guard Captain Aveline. With our help, she can break Sebastian's resolve and send him running back to Starkhaven. Oh man, so they've added Aveline to the mix too. So we have one, it's just a war table mission, but it involves Anders, Aveline, and Sebastian? Jesus Christ. Well, frankly, Aveline's like, she was my buddy. She was like my greatest help in the entire game. I kind of wanted to use Cullen's advice and just side with Kirkwall. I don't really like, this is problematic. There's obvious political problems, yeah. Josephine wants to just pull out altogether. Liliana wants to help Sebastian, and Cullen wants to help Aveline. I'm inclined to help Aveline here, just because, I mean, it's just helping someone defend their own city. Like, I feel like that's a noble enough approach, and I don't know if it's fair to go after everyone who ever helped Anders, especially since the morality of the events going on here are questionable, and who knows if many of those people even knew what he was up to, and what he was ultimately getting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cullen.
To work?
That was way more surprisingly. What am I trying to say? That was a little more loaded of a mission than I was expecting it to be. Wow, delicate negotiations. That sure sounds like a Josephine mission. Inquisitor, here's the thing. These people can't participate. It has to be Josephine. Oh, it's an Alistair mission. Cool. Wow. So in 2 missions, we're dealing with Sebastian, Aveline, Anders, and Alistair. Alistair. This is crazy. Inquisitor, here's the thing. I don't even own a mask. Thus, when the Orlesian Empress invites me to engage in real peace talks, I get nervous. I don't know what Orlesians mean when they say that, but I hear it involves poison and dancing. Perhaps both at the same time. I'm told you know Empress Celine, and she owes you for that whole saved your life business. Considering you also helped save mine, perhaps the Inquisition could help make these talks happen. King Alistair Theron. Josephine, there's a great deal of bad blood between these nations, but I will do my best to facilitate their talks. 15 hours. Wow, okay, Josephine's going to be busy.
Let us begin.
Good luck, Josephine. Don't disappoint me. Alistair could be a good ally, potentially. I mean, he's the leader of the entire Ferelden country. Kind of stakes. A letter from the hero of Ferelden. To his worship, Inquisitor Adar. I wish that I had helpful information regarding Corypheus, but due to my own limited training during the Blight, I know less of ancient Darkspawn lore than do most wardens. I am engaged in a search of my own. All Grey Wardens who do not fall in battle eventually fall to something known as the Calling, a magic that preys upon our own connection to the Blight and the Darkspawn. Rather than such foul magic eventually leading to my death, I have determined to find a way to negate this calling to save all wardens from its effects. As I have little useful information to offer, please accept the accompanying gifts instead. If, in my quest, I find anything that may be of use to you in your fight against Corypheus, I will send it to you immediately. I have also included a note of personal nature for Liliana. I was not there for the death of Divine Justinia, but I know it will have hurt her terribly. While her wits and her skill are amazing, Liliana's greatest strength lies in her faith, and to have Justinia die strikes at her very core. I beg you, if she is faltering, help her find her way back to the light. Yours, Warden Commander Serana of Ferelden. Now I'm curious, Liliana's beginning, as stabby dark robot mode, as someone put it. What if she can be saved by contact with the hero of Ferelden? her former lover.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're not planning assassinations, are you?
I was planning to unleash Josephine on them. She kills with kindness. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
You still haven't told me what you did exactly.
I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
We'll talk more later.
Okay. We instead we got a generic dialogue tree. I wonder if I can trigger the conversation about the hero Ferelden.
So Varric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
Anything I should know?
Celine has cemented power in Orlais. Good, we need an ally like her. At the moment, she's said to be rooting out the last of Gaspard's supporters. Once that is done, we will have a united Orlais behind the Inquisition.
Anything I should know?
I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven, should Corypheus or his lackeys return. So far nothing, and the breach has been quiet for some time. That is something at least.
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle, and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
I'll leave you to your work.
Well, this is odd. She has a different thing to say every time I talk to her at the very beginning. Like, she just decided to talk about Varric knowing where the champion was. Wow. Now that is a long time ago in this series. I guess Liliana has so many storylines and cutscenes that every time I talk to her, it triggers one of those cutscenes instead of her normal dialogue, and so I'm behind on story-triggered, random, uninteresting dialogue happening. But still, enough with the flavor text. What about the hero Ferelden? That seems like a big deal.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
The ground in the Fade feels much the same. It's just more likely to disappear.
Well, you can breathe easy. I've not yet known the ground here to disappear, but I suppose nothing is certain these days.
I'll leave you to your work.
Well, that doesn't seem to be working. I'll try one thing. I'm going to try zoning out to a different location and coming back and see if that resets her. Alright, Liliana, one last try. I went to Orlesian and back. Just try to... Oh, Jesus. I guess she's ready to talk. She sat down very quickly.
Inquisitor?
Nothing. Just nothing.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard, an Orlesian spy for many years. For a time I also served a small cloister in Lothering. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network.
I should leave you to your work.
We can always talk later.
Huh. I just can't follow up on... What does this note say? This is about the pets. Yeah. She just doesn't want to talk about the hero Ferelden. That's weird. The game seemed to very specifically point me in the direction of talking to her about this too, and there doesn't seem to be much to do. Odd. The perils of bard life. As a bard, you are welcome anywhere in Orlais. Doors are open to you with generous smiles. Their wearer is confident that no one would falsely pretend to such a title for fear of retribution. Your slightest request is immediately seen to. Your services are expensive and yet actively sought. Oh, your services are expensive and actively sought, and those who cannot afford them beg only to not have your displeasure turn their way. One day, however, you will awaken. You will realize the smiles are false, and behind them lies revenge. At the first moment of weakness, your brother and sister bards will be unleashed upon you like a pack of hounds, and you will realize that they are not your brothers and sisters at all. For all your fancy intrigue, you have spent your life creating nothing of worth. You have been swallowed by the web of your own deceits, and the game of which you believed yourself master, it moves on without you, unchanging. From a letter signed, Sister Nightingale.
Too many people hurting, harming, hacking open a hole for the demons to pour in.
Alright, welcome back to the Exalted Plains. It's been a while. I didn't actually mean to be away from this place as long as I was, but it happened. So I did an operation to open up the grove and an operation to open up the bridge. Going for the grove first, because notably out here somewhere is... Yep. Oh, there's a Cassandra quest, but also, yep, there's also a quest for Vivienne, the one I just talked about. Bring me the heart of Snow White! So, we'll head inside. Gillidan's Grove. The Inquisition laborers have opened a passageway to Gillidan's Grove. And we'll have I might as well just click on that right here. There's our next camp we're going to have as a checkpoint, so I don't have to run all the way here again. I'm here with Dorian, Sarah, and Cole. Just figured I'd bring in a group that I haven't necessarily brought in before, just to see what'll happen when they're around. Trying to trigger more interesting dialogue if I can. Looks like we have a wyvern to wrap the... Whoa! What? You guys saw that, right? It just physics through the sky like a crazy person. Uh-oh. They're gurguts. What's a gurgut? These things are gross looking. What in the world? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4... There's 4 of them? There's the camp I'm going to want to establish, so I assume these guys will stop spawning once I take it over. Just gotta go make a mess of things. Alrighty then. So, we can have some fun with Sarah on an opening shot at least. So, careful. By the way, Sarah has my, Sarah has the bow, Cole has the daggers right now. I don't think I'm really prepped to have multiple archers in the party. And now I'm in slow mode. Ha 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 ha, just picking away at you. You can't react yet. Long shot. Yeah. It's not a lot. But it's some starting damage. It's not a bad place to start off. We'll see how well Cole survives in this situation. It being one of the only times I've ever really had a dagger rogue in the party. Hopefully it doesn't get completely torn apart. Oh, I'm being pursued. Sarah's pretty fast on her feet and has ridiculous backflips of doom. So good luck getting her. Did everyone abort the fight because I got too far away? You guys are silly. Alright, lightning mode. I can backflip away and then follow up with a long shot now that I'm far away. Yep, lots of damage right there. It is really fun just slowing down time. It's quickly making Sarah one of my favorite characters to play as. That and this bow having a ridiculous... Oop, this is the wrong ability. I meant to do long shot. Oh well. Her bow generating guard certainly doesn't hurt my opinion of her. It's very fun. Oh, give Vivienne the heart of a common wyvern. Was I supposed to give the... I don't think a common wyvern heart was the objective. I thought it was supposed to be a snow wyvern. Oh, can I betray her? Is that what's going on here? Let's take a look at the quest real quick. Inner circle. Vivienne requires the heart of a wyvern to complete an alchemical formula. Though all wyverns look more or less the same, she specified it needs to be from a rare beast known as the snowy wyvern. So I can give Vivienne the heart of a common wyvern, or obtain the snowy wyvern from the Exalted Plains. So you can betray her, basically. She's asking for a specific heart, but you can just give her a common heart and utterly screw her. It kind of reminds me of the idea like when Morgan sent me off to go get, it's like, go kill my mother and get this book. And I was like, well, I got the book, and I'm just gonna stop there and just let her think that her mother's dead, because I'm not gonna fight a dragon for you, you crazy woman. But here I'm looking around for other objects, of course. Now I have an opportunity to sabotage this age regression potion. Whatever this potion is, it's supposed to stop someone from dying. It's supposed to... I assume that's what it means, that it's supposed to slow someone's aging process. So if you give them the wrong heart, she's totally screwed. That is interesting. I don't know if I want to do that or not. What I do know is that there's a... somewhere around here... There it is. Let's see. So we have a Cassandra quest. Does that mean I have to have Cassandra with me for that quest? I don't know. I may just avoid that character for now. No, maybe I'll just... I think I'm gonna have to sub Cole out real quick and bring Cassandra along. Yeah, I know. I basically just added Cole to the party and then immediately switched to Cassandra. But there is a Cassandra quest in the area, so I might as well keep her around. I wonder if I should... It's interesting, the idea of like, what if I betray Vivienne? It might be kind of fun. I'm throwing the idea back and forth in my head right now because I don't know. I don't have a lot of context with which to make the decision necessarily. Because I don't know necessarily who the potion's for, so I don't know who I'm screwing off, if it's her or someone else. But I admittedly don't like Vivienne very much, so it's kind of fun thinking of the idea of messing with her. But at the same time, like, Vivienne is here to help me ultimately, right? Like, we're supposed to be on the same side. It'd be kind of cruel to just suddenly be like, yeah, just to see what happens, let's just turn on her. Ha ha ha, wouldn't that be funny? Well, this Gurgut's a duplicate now. Have fun being a fake person for a while. Gonna go after this rift, I guess. Level 15 shades. Poor little underlevel shades, they know not what they rot. Oh, okay, incoming attacks. Incoming attacks. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And how many more shades are around? Is it just that one, or is there another one off the... Oh, there is one in the distance. Coolio. It gives me an excuse to get closer to the fight. Backflip. Oh, Sarah's going down. Shit. Why can't I... Please let me heal. There we go. Alright. Get off of me. Alright, be ready for the incoming things. Alright, so... Cassandra can immediately cast... Spell Purge. That should affect something. Dorian can use... Oh god, how far away is Dorian? That's not good. Alright, so I can cast this on something out of range a bit. Oh yeah, I'll probably get rid of these three all at once. And Cassandra will hopefully Spell Purge something over there. So how many are left? I can't tell if Cassandra got any of them or not. Oh well. Also, I'm not sure if she used it or not. Yeah, she used it. Okay. So I don't know if his worked, but we definitely got something out of it. Let's just go make a mess now. Oh, wow. Whenever it blacks out, I get a little disoriented because I'm like, oh god, which way did the camera go? I don't know exactly where. When it slides around in transitions, of course, then you know exactly where you are. But when it just teleports, you're like, oh, well, I guess I just have to extrapolate my current location. It's like falling asleep and waking back up for a moment, except just in the middle of a fight, which is the safest time to fall asleep, by the way. Alright, that went pretty cleanly. Down you go! Turns out when you have a rift in a crowded little ravine, it's pretty easy to dispel elements of it without too much problem. Because it just makes it so that the individual pieces of the the individual summons of the rift are going to be closer packed anyway. Silly rift, you should have picked a better location, even though we've already established that demons don't even really understand the natural world, so they can't even communicate properly or properly interpret their surroundings, so of course they wouldn't know how to place their rifts strategically. That's often the upside of a lot of these different things that threaten the world, is you have the rifts, and you have in other forms of fiction you have like zombie invasions, but all of those things are mindless, so While it might be powerful, at least it can't plan. Mosaic piece, 2 of 12. One of these days I'll finish one of those. Alright, let's claim this territory. The Dead Hand. The Great Stone Hand was something of a mystery. One assumes it is a piece broken off from a larger whole. If so, judging by the size of that one hand, imagine the entire sculpture to be, well, large enough to require the use of obscenities to describe it. Thus I have only one question. Where is the rest of the statue? It is difficult to imagine how something so large could go missing. From A Journey Through the Dales by Lord Horace Medford, Adventurer. So we have a giant... Yeah, that's a very large hand. So, yeah, where's the rest of the statue? Well, we have established portals in this universe. I mean, my own main character has created a portal on his own in the past. So, what if the rest of the statue is in the Fade? What if some great dark sorcery has occurred that is... Oh wow, this is a dead end. I guess I'll just go back. Oh, there's a cave at least. I'll check out the cave. Yep, I can almost imagine some great opening to the Fade. Swallowing up the rest of the statue, because that would explain why the rest is gone. Unless we're about to go into this cave and find the rest of it down there, like it's some great underground dwarven construction. But it's also entirely possible that they started building the statue, got as far as the hand, and then their entire civilization was wiped out, or something, I don't know. Something like, oh god! Well, that was graceful. I have discovered the dead hand, and my doom. Let's go ahead and heal a bit while the rest of my party tries to catch up. Oh. Was I immediately right? That looks, oh wait, no, that's never mind. That's just a barrier. I saw that and I was like, wow, am I immediately right about there being a portal? But no, that's just a barrier. Everyone attack this. Please? Dorian, please attack it. Come on. There we go. I was hoping that the rest of the party would just start auto-attacking, because then I don't have to figure out which person has the right element for it, but they just were content to sit there and watch me pick away at a barrier.
You're smirking again, like in that fight before. What's so funny?
The simplest spell had you white as a sheet. I've shrugged off worse in practice.
Well, sorry I'm scared of the stuff I've been warned about my whole life, like most people who aren't seekers.
I apologize. I could help if you're willing.
No. I have things to do. You can help by standing in front of me.
That I can do.
Oh, Cassandra Sarah dialogue. I didn't plan for that, but that's nice. In fact, I haven't had a lot of opportunity for Cassandra to interact with most of the party. The downside of making a warrior character is you have a much greater emphasis on all the other non-warrior characters than the warrior ones in your party. Fallow Din, friend of the dead, guide. O Fallow Din, Lethanavir, friend of the dead, guide my feet, calm my soul, lend me to my rest. In ancient times, the people were ageless and eternal, and instead of dying, would enter Euthenera, the long sleep, and walk the shifting paths beyond the veil with Fallow Din and his brother Dirthamen. Those elders would learn the secrets of dreams, and some returned to the people with newfound knowledge. But we quickened and became mortal. Those of the people who passed walked with Fallow Din into the beyond and never returned. If they took counsel with Dirthamen on their passage, his wisdom was lost, for it went with them to the beyond also, and never came to the people. Then Fenheral caused the gods to be shut away from us, and those who passed no longer had Fallow Din to guide them, and so we learned to lay our loved ones to rest with an oaken staff, to keep them from faltering along the paths, and a cedar branch to scatter the ravens named Fear and Deceit, who were once servants of Dirthamen, now without a master. As told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of the Dalish Elves. So they're talking about the loss of immortality of the elves, because as I learned originally from a lore series that I watched going up to this series, basically, oh, what the fuck am I looking at? Once upon a time, elves were pretty immortal, and then all this bullshit happened when the humans came in and ruined everything. Humans are really good at ruining everything. It's very dark in here. Hello? Oh, it's some sort of Dalish relic? But this might be a good place to bring Solus at some point. But yeah, I didn't think about it, but Cassandra has dialogue opportunities when I bring her in a place like this. And she normally doesn't because she's kind of redundant to my main character, so it's hard to always excuse bringing her along. But I might just randomize the party and see what happens from now on. Light. Let's go to Dorian. I don't know if it's magic or not. That's probably magic, maybe. Let's go light this place up as much as we can. It'll look nicer in here. And then I'll approach the statue in a moment. Is that a lever? Is there another torch around here? Oh! Uh-oh. Is this a puzzle that I should know something about, or do I just press everything and then see what happens? It's going back up now. Now it's going down. Now it's going up. Everyone's walking on and off of it, so it's triggering over and over again. What do you do? I feel like this is dangerous. Oh, he just shot... Oh. Does he always shoot the same spot? Oh, there we go. That one actually lit up because he was able to shoot past the pillar. So every time I pull the lever, he turns 90 degrees to the right and shoots, it looks like. But I need to figure out how to make the pillars go away. Here's another spot I can light. Don't know if that serves any purpose, but I can. Mosaic piece. Things are getting weird in here. Can I turn the brightness up? Because it's very dark in here. Options. I had to find out where it was. Display. Gamma. There we go. Oopsie. So maybe that'll help a bit in here. Probably could have done that like 80 episodes ago. But that'll probably brighten up the visuals for you guys a little bit. So, what am I trying to do here? So he shot one. I have to shoot the other ones. I have to figure out how to make the pillars go down. So this pressure plate makes the... Is it just the one on the far side go down? What's going on there? I thought I made the far one go down before. No, it's the left one? Okay. So is there another pressure plate in the area? Maybe even stuff back here. What's over here? Anything noteworthy? There's other things like the ones I'm shooting. This thing's got to be locked until I open this up. This must be like the dwarven runes I found, where it's like a secret spot with cool stuff in it. What's this torch? Oh, that torch is what opens the next one, right? Wait. Wait, it moved a little bit, but then it didn't go down all the way. Are there a whole bunch of torches I have to light? Can I light these? I don't think I have the opportunity to get a torch off this, do I? Nope, I can light it, but that's it. And things I'm lighting are becoming unlit, it looks like. So we have a puzzle to solve. This is locked off. Do I have access to any part of this inner area? You're closed. There's like a weird tablet in there. Oh, there's a lever on that. But how do I get in there? Huh. We'll keep an eye on that again. See what happens when I light it. It just goes down ever so slightly. Maybe I have to rapidly light a bunch of torches? There's one over here too. There seems to be a timer attached to them, so maybe if I light them very quickly, it'll go all the way down. Oh shit, so it's not... I need to find more. It only goes down when I light all of them, it looks like, but I don't know how to find more. Oh, what does this lever do? What do you do? Did I just make the pillar go up? Was that it? Or did I open something? Oh, you're open now. That's new. Did I just make it move? Huh. Oh, here we go. So I found another torch I can light. So if I light all three of them, will it go down far enough that I can make it move? Alright, now it's down. Very quickly, gotta pull the lever to make it shoot. Quickly. Rotate. No! Ah. Now what? It's gonna rotate over and over again and shoot? Alright. Yeah, I'll see you guys when I rotate it all the way around. Alright, now that I have a better idea of what we're doing. Speedrun time, 1. And the second one's right over here. 2. And then the third one's way over here. This is hopefully an optimum path. At least I'm not running back and forth. I'm also not pausing at all, so... maybe this time it'll be low enough that I can shoot my target. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Go. Come on. Fire. Alright, 2 of them are lit. 2 to go. Need to figure out how to make these pillars move now. So this one makes this one move? Well, this should be easy. All I have to do is say, hey Sarah, go pull the lever. While I stand here. That's a simple enough command. Alright, that's 3 out of 4. But now how do I do the last one? Huh. I can't remember if I've seen anything that even would interact with that. What's that? What's lighting up? Oh, it's the lever back there. I assume I have to do something to open more of this stuff up, because there's more closed off gates that I haven't accessed yet. I assume that the puzzle mechanics are only used once, so the pressure plate's probably not relevant anymore. I can't go left, can I? No. There's a lever in there. The lever's probably what I need. So how do I get these doors open now is the question. I've already lit that torch before. I'm gonna run around and ping for a while, see if I can find another lever I haven't found yet. What do you do? Do you open up a different chamber now? Oh, I see what's going on here. The inner gate is open now. So, what I need to do is I need to get someone inside there, but I also need someone over by the lever. Can I tell people to hold position in specific locations, or are they going to wander off and do whatever they feel like, or is what I'm wondering. So hold position here, Dorian. Sarah, I want you in here. Hold position in there. Cassandra, I want you to hold position over by the lever. Close enough. Okay, so Dorian. Quickly before Sarah wanders off or something. Okay. Now I'm Sarah inside the door. Figure out what's inside here real quick. Is Cassandra holding position over there? Looks like she is, so we'll see if this lowers the pillar that I want. Did it lower it? It did not lower it. So what did I just accomplish? What this lever... I pulled the lever, but what did it do? Should I be able to see from here? What's happening? What am I doing? I sincerely wish the game would show me what I'm oh, this one's down. That one's down before though too, right? What's going on? I might be a little stuck now. I'm not getting feedback for my actions, which is kind of important for a puzzle. So there's nothing in here. Sarah's still locked inside and can't get out. With a lever that does something, maybe? Can I light this? Huh. I might have to fiddle with this for a while, guys. I'll see you guys in a while when I have an idea what's going on. What the hell? Oh, okay. On the opposite side of the room, there's something opening up. So, what's in here? We have a crank? So this crank is how I open this. So, I can tell Vasti to then go and pull the lever outside while staying on Dorian to keep the crank pulled so it doesn't move. Come on, Vasti. And it should rotate and kill and shoot it. There we go. So we win, right? What hell have I unleashed? Hello? Friendly? And then demons! Alright, I'm gonna go... just in case something goes wrong, I'm gonna go ahead and let Sarah out. Hey, 1,000 experience. Not a lot at this point, but better than nothing, I'm sure. So, Sarah, hold position here so I can actually get you out. Oh, hey! Bastard just leveled up, not bad. 19. Everyone just keeps getting higher, apparently. Then that should let Sarah back out, so I can just say... clear commands and everyone will come by. Here comes Sarah. Alrighty then. And where is Cassandra? Yeah, I had Cassandra holding position because I thought that something else might be involved in the puzzle that did not pan out. Alright, so deeper in we go. What's our great prize for this accomplishment? Some kind of tomb? Something dark about going into a tomb like this and be like, hey, it's loot. Dirthaman, Keeper of Secrets. The twins Falundin and Dirthamen are the eldest children of Elgarnan and the All-Father and Mythol the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Falundin in one breath as Dirthamen the next. In one breath and Dirthamen in the next, for they cannot bear to be apart. Not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Falundin and Dirthamen were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. They played with the animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. Then one day, while passing through the forest, Falundin and Dirthamen came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Falundin. "Play with us," said Dirthamen. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Falundin gathered her up into his arms and carried her to her rest beyond the veil. Dirthamen tried to follow them, but the shifting gray paths beyond the veil would not let him. Separated for the first time from Falundin, Dirthamen wandered aimlessly till he came across two ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade," the raven named Fear said to Dirthamen. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other, named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Falundin has not abandoned me," said Dirthamen. He subdued the ravens and bade them carry him to Falundin. This they did, for they had been defeated and were now bound at Dirthamen's service. When Dirthamen found Falundin, he found also the deer, who once again was light upon her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Falundin and Dirthamen rejoiced to see this. Falundin vowed that he would remain to carry all the deer to their place beyond, just as he did the deer. And Dirthamen stayed with him, for the twins cannot bear to be apart. From the story of Falundin and Dirthamen, the story as told by Gersharel, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of the Dalish Elves. That I took a class on Norse mythology, which is where Thor and Odin are from, and Loki. That was like the exact type of story that you hear in those. That is interesting. They must have used specific historical references as influence when they were writing that stuff. So what do I get for looting this place? Wow, a 10 cunning amulet. That is a significant quantity of crit. Let's go ahead and put that I'll probably put that on Sarah right now. Yeah, she just has a shitty stamina amulet anyway. Hell yeah, I want 10 cunning. How ridiculous is her crit chance now, is what I'm wondering. She has 53 cunning, so her attack crit chance is 37%. That's pretty frequent critting. Especially if you have procs that activate whenever someone crits.